I'm here today to tell you about the Bribery Act 2010. The new Act comes into force in July 2011. For those of you who need to know more about the Act, the Ministry of Justice has recently released its guidance on the new Bribery Act. Under the Act, there are 4 main offences. The first offence is active bribery. That would include offering or promising somebody a bribe. The second offence is passive bribery. That would include accepting or agreeing to accept a bribe. The Bribery Act also covers a third offence, which is bribery of a foreign official. And the fourth offence under the Bribery Act is failure on the part of a commercial organisation to prevent bribery by a person who performs services on their behalf. Under the legislation, a criminal offence could take place if bribery takes place in the UK or abroad. There is an extremely wide jurisdiction under the Act. There is also the potential for criminal liability in terms of fines and imprisonment. Organisations need to consider what steps they may need to take in order to prevent bribery occurring within their organisation. Under the legislation, there is a defence to the fourth offence, that is failure to prevent bribery by a commercial organisation, if the commercial organisation can show that they had adequate procedures in place to prevent bribery. The question then arises as to what would be adequate procedures. Every organisation will be different, and every organisation will need to look at its own particular risk areas. However, you may want to think about some or all of the following. It would make sense to appoint a compliance officer, somebody who has responsibility for ensuring that your procedures are put in place and that they are complied with. It's important to ensure that you have adequate, up-to-date anti-corruption policies in place that will be applicable to employees and potentially third parties such as contractors. Commercial organisations may also wish to consider training, perhaps across the workforce, again identifying key risk areas and making sure that people are properly briefed to spot the risk areas when they arise, and also to take appropriate action and to report the risk up the chain to the compliance officer. You may wish to access our online training to have a look at how Semple Fraser can provide further assistance in this area.